Living an American dream. It is every small-town boy's dream to be high school star in both basketball and football, marry his high school sweetheart, have a loving family, achieve successful leadership positions in multiple careers, and oh yeah, fly fighters, bombers, and spy planes, survive combat, and on top of all this, be known as an altruist and well-liked. As you will see, the life of Jesse Hocker was more than a dream. Jesse was born on May 26, 1932 in Stanford, Kentucky to parents Jesse Sr., who was a farmer, and Jane Bowling Hocker, a schoolteacher. Born Sonny, as he was known until he entered the Air Force, met a girl, Georgia Lee Cox, when she was 4 or 5 years old, who would become more special as time went on. At Stanford High School, he excelled in athletics as a star team player on the football field and on the basketball court as well. Jesse was also being considered a star in the eyes of Georgia Lee, known as Weedy, as they had both now become high school sweethearts. After graduation from high school, he entered the University of Kentucky and enrolled in ROTC. In June of 1954, he graduated from UK with a Bachelor of Science degree in business and was commissioned a second lieutenant in the Air Force. In December of that same year, he married Weedy. In March 1956, he was assigned to the 509th Bombardment Wing as a B-47 co-pilot. He served with the wing until 1966. More training during 1966. Jesse attended Air Command and Staff College and at night school at the base earned an MBA from George Washington University. Upon graduation in June 1967, he transferred to MacDill Air Force Base, Florida, to undergo combat crew training in F-4C Phantom fighters. He was subsequently assigned to Cam Ranh Bay Air Base, Republic of Vietnam, in February 1968. During this assignment, he served as an F-4 instructor pilot and flight commander with the 12th Tactical Fighter Wing. He named his F-4 after his wife, Georgie Girl. By this time, he and Weedy had 2 sons, Jesse III and George. He would send home his love and Christmas cards from Cam Ranh Bay. Jesse completed 205 fighter combat missions. In February 1969, Jesse was assigned to the 99th Bombardment Wing as a B-52 pilot. He completed 22 bomber combat missions. He served as an operations officer, squadron commander, director of training, and assistant director of operations. September 1975, he went to Headquarters Strategic Air Command, Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska, as Director of Safety. He held this position until September 1977, when he was assigned as Commander, 2nd Combat Support Group, 2nd Bombardment Wing, Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana. While at Barksdale, both he and Weedy were involved with a facility on the base named HAP, Handicapped or Productive House. HAP House honored them with a farewell ceremony and presented Jesse with a ceramic plate they had produced and a strawberry canister set for Weedy. This canister set is still a treasured item in Weedy's kitchen. From February 1979 to February 1981, the General commanded the 379th Bombardment Wing, Wirt Smith Air Force Base, Michigan. Jesse was named Director of Command Control at SAC Headquarters, the underground command post, and the looking glass operations involved in the EC-135. 24 hours a day, its crew and staff ensured there would always be an aircraft ready to direct bombers and missiles from the air should ground-based command centers be destroyed or rendered inoperable. A general officer always had to be on board, and Jesse was one of those general officers. From Offutt, Jesse was assigned as Division Commander at Beale Air Force Base, California, home of the SR-71 Blackbird and the TR-B-1, also known as the U-2 airplane. He flew the U-2, the TR reconnaissance aircraft, and he was one of the small number of pilots in the world to have flown the SR-71 Blackbird, which is the world's fastest aircraft, cruising at 3 times the speed of sound. While at Beale, Jesse continued to fly the looking glass operation out of Offutt, commuting to Offutt on weekends. He also made trips to other bases in the world where the SR-71 and U-2 crews and planes were on duty. On October 31st, 1984, General Jesse Hocker retired from the Air Force. He loved flying and was one of the rare fortunate at his level to be able to continue flying right up until his retirement. He flew 25 different military aircraft totaling over 8,000 flying hours. His military decorations include the Distinguished Service Medal, Legion of Merit, Distinguished Flying Cross, Meritorious Service Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, the Air Force Commendation Medal, and the Air Medal with 12 oak leaf clusters. Jesse owned a farm in Lincoln County, Kentucky outside Stanford. He and Weedy took pride in restoring a log cabin dating back to the 1870s. Jesse passed away on November 24th, 2003. He was buried with full military honors on November 30th, 2003 at Buffalo Springs Cemetery in Stanford. Joe H. Murphy Jr., age 91, and a successful businessman originally from Stanford and a veteran of World War II, having his share of shrapnel wounds, said Jesse's sonny Hocker liked everyone and was liked by everyone. Jesse's sons echoed that the best compliment they could ever receive was that they were like their dad. It is therefore fitting that Jesse Shy Hocker, who lived an American dream, be enshrined in the official Aviation Hall of Fame of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.